10 o'clock, 20 degrees. You see, I told you we were going to get to 20. Weatherman said 14 degrees. Barbara was conservative at 16 this morning, and I knew 20 degrees. Going to be our day. It really is going to be a blinder. It's Monday, July the 4th. Big day in the United States tomorrow. Believe me, Independence Day. Looking forward to a little fireworks coming out of there. But today, we're going to do this.
Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. So very happy to have you joining us here live on Facebook Live. And believe me, if you're going to watch this a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do, right? No, you do, seriously. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people like Joel Lee joining us. And I'm going to ask the question, will the real Joel Lee please stand up? Brandon Marshall. We're going to get into that one. But in the meantime, I've got to let you know as well how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV. Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.
And you know, we've known Joel now for, well, a minute. We really have. We're good friends. We've been over the years, and I am going to get Barbara to introduce Pamela and Mark and all the boys, including Tim, over there at Rise Up TV to Joel Lee. Check this out. Last time we spoke, well, we said the party isn't over. That gives us a couple of minutes, bro.
Yeah, man. That was a fun song to do, that one.
Yeah, believe me, it's still getting requests.
Nice.
It really is, bro. We have you playing on a Sunday in the country show with this particular track, and I come in on a Monday, go through the list, and believe me, it's still there going, oh, we want Joel next week as well. So, okay, it's in there.
Yeah.
Joel, you're not a vegetarian, are you? Or a vegan?
No. The only vegetables I like is lettuce and tomato on my burgers.
Okay, you're a meatologist like me, right?
Totally, yeah.
Okay. Well, you see, bro, I ask everybody this, I really do. Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
No.
Me neither. I'm trying to figure out if they're made of real vegans or not.
Possibly, right?
Could be. Well, I was disappointed when I found out the Girl Guide biscuits weren't made of Girl Guides.
Yeah, right.
And I'm still trying to figure out what goes into a bottle of baby oil.
Yeah. It's false advertising, right?
Well, you know, is it 3 fat ones reduced down or what?
Yeah. Chunky little babies.
They are chunky little babies. Franco Nanucci's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Franco. Looking forward to catching up with you. And Rock Flowers coming up and after the hour. Believe me, I'm really going to the Canary Islands. We've never been there before, have we, Barbara?
They're in Los Palos, is it?
Los. Okay, we'll figure that one out. We will. Oh, dear. Believe me, Joel, if you need a psychiatrist after this, I have one in your area, okay?
Yeah, please refer them. I think that's going to be necessary. Yes,
Nice, yeah. and she's a wonderful lady too, she really is. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're joined by Joel Lee, the man himself. Almost said Wiggins, Brandon Marshall, with the real artist, please. Joel, welcome back to Galaxy.
Thanks for having me, man. I love to be back with you guys.
Well, you know, it has been, about 9 months since we released, of course, This Party Ain't Over. And I've got to be honest with you, this party ain't over.
No.
It really isn't. We continuously play this track here at Galaxy. So,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I think it would be remiss of us if we didn't just go back a little bit in time and tell us a little bit about the track itself. Give me the skinny on the lyrics.
So this party ain't over is just it's a West Coast vibe, right? So I wrote that just thinking about what it's like to be on the West Coast camping or backyard parties, just hang with your friends out here. And people like to drink on the West Coast for sure. And so I just wanted to be, we have a very short summer here in Canada. And a lot of times we don't want that party to be over. Once it's hit September, we know the rain's coming, the cold, the temperatures, right? So we're holding on for dear life to the last beer and the last sunny day, right? So that's a little bit about what that party's about, yeah.
Well, I got to be honest with you. We're smack bang in the middle of winter here this morning. Double zeros earlier on here at Galaxy. I got to be honest, it was damn cold, which is not like us. So, yeah, I hate the cold. I really, really do. Currently 20 degrees. It's unseasonable for winter. You know.
20, yeah, Fahrenheit, yeah?
Yeah, no, Celsius, much like you.
Okay, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now today. It's about 20 degrees here, too, if that. Yeah, pretty ripped off.
So we've kind of plateaued out with other parts of the world, I've got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And Grant has
How's
the
the
heater on.
pandemic-y thing going now over there? Are you getting back to normal now? Are you getting back on stage? Are you doing more gigs right now?
I just had my first rehearsal last week. I know this year's probably a bit of a write-off for me. I'm a perfectionist, so when I rehearse, I want to be tight and well prepared. So we're rehearsing this year for next year, but things have opened up quite a bit. I was at a show last night. My nephew, Lil YY 330, and Cam Whitcomb had a show last night, and it was a lot of fun to get back out and support those guys there. So what's up, Cam? What's up, YY? Yeah, so it was a lot of fun to get out, but things have definitely relaxed quite a bit, so a lot of festivals are back on again. For me, again, we have some new material, a new band, so putting the members together. So for me, it's not going to most likely be, I might do a show or two this year once we get things rolling, but mostly for next year we'll get rolling, yeah.
Fair enough, and it's always good to be prepared, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, perfect that. You can't go wrong with perfection, you really can't. Having said that, my friend, and I know I've asked you this before, but I'm going to cover this one again. As a fan, how do we get hold of you, Joel? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
I do respond as best that I can. I have every social media platform, I think, known to mankind, and the new one's coming up. I'm sure to hear about it. But yeah, TikTok, I just kind of started down that TikTok road a little bit, and I really don't understand it a lot, but you know, I'm starting that thing. But Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everywhere else, yeah. I'm usually trying to respond as best that I can.
I feel sorry for you. Now, Rebecca, coming out of Arkansas, is asking, Joel, when you do get back on the road again, are you considering maybe doing a tour in the States?
Absolutely, yeah. We have some friends in Nashville, Atlanta, Texas. I have family in Texas as well as Colorado. So most likely we'll get through some of those country states down there, depending on how the border thing works out with the band and everybody's ability to travel and the timing of that. But I would certainly love to do that, yeah. I'm still a solo artist, so I can still do that kind of stuff alone, but I love to bring a band with me for sure.
Yeah, believe me, and we want you, as we've discussed in the past, to come here down to the Antipodes. Of course, you do remember that if you're going to hook up with me, bail money, right?
Bail money, absolutely. We'll get that sorted out before I even leave for New Zealand, and we'll make sure, because I know you're trouble, right?
Yeah, completely trouble. And in fact, I might even get you to bring your tools with you. We might get a bit of ink work done. What do you reckon?
Sure. I think a nice neck tattoo. Well, you won't see it under that beard, but, you know.
No, I was talking about Barbara.
Oh, Barbara?
Yeah, let's tattoo Barbara.
Okay, we'll try it over here.
Yeah, I don't mind a neck tattoo on Barbara.
Right.
I think so too, to be honest with you. Glenda Phillips Lee is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Glenda. It really, really is. And, well, you know, today we're breaking a brand spanking new song. And I've got to ask you, my friend, first of all, Nikita, how did you meet Nikita? Now, she's worked with some very prestigious people here. You know, she's worked with Keith Urban. You do know he's a Kiwi, right?
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite Kiwis, other than yourself, of course.
Well, you know, there's a couple of us around.
Yeah.
But how did you meet
He happens to
Nikita?
be my favorite artist. One of my favorite artists, Keith Urban, yeah. But yeah, Nika did some work with him. That's amazing, yeah.
Now, how did you meet this young lady?
So when I recorded this song, we recorded this one in Nashville. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist, so I brought it home, did all the vocals in my own studio here, and then I got to talking with my producer, and I said, man, this song needs a female perspective. So we started looking for a female artist to join me on this track, and then my wife had mentioned, oh, this girl, Nikita, has a beautiful voice. So as soon as she sent her to me, I listened to it, reminded me of Alison Krauss, and a little bit of Dolly in there, and I thought it'd be perfect. So I reached out to her, and she's gracious enough to say, yeah, she'd love to do it. So it all moved pretty quickly. We had her over to my home studio, we recorded her voice, we shot the video in Langley for the song with her and her husband, and really happy with that came out. And she's a sweetheart. She really is a talented singer-songwriter, so everybody should check out Nikita Afonso. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And while we're speaking of your wife, please pass on regards and love from us here to Peace, won't you?
Well, hey, Peace! Galaxy says hello!
Very cool.
No, sorry.
And by the way, I love Bruce the dog too.
Yeah.
I really, really do. He reminds me, it is a he, isn't it, Bruce? Of course it is a he.
It is. Yeah. Balls, yeah.
Yeah. He's looking through the door. Somebody's talking about me in another country. Yeah. There it is. He reminds me very much of one of my dogs, Sophie. She looks almost identical to Bruce. So believe me, that's a lot of fun in its own right. Let's get down to business. Yes, Joel Lee featuring Nikita Afonso and a brand spanking new song, Backseat. Now tell me about Backseat. Give me the skinny, my bro.
Okay, so the skinny is, many years ago when my wife and I first got together, we'd go to parties. Our friends would invite us to parties, and we'd last a half an hour, 45 minutes maybe, and then we'd want to leave because we're young and in love and horny, to be honest. And so they used to get mad at us. Oh, yeah, they would say, you can't leave, so they would try to separate us. And so I wrote the song, and then I invited Sean Moore and Brett Farben in to help me finish writing the song. But that's what the song's about. It's just about infatuation and wanting to be alone, right? So I thought it was a fun way to put it into the backseat of a Cadillac.
Yeah, fair enough too. Normally at parties you might find me in the back seat passed out. Yeah. None of this young and other stuff. I'm just passed out. Here, releasing for the very first time, and believe me, Joel, we have played it, and it stirred up our audio audience like crazy. They wanted to know who, what, when, where, how, and when are we doing the interview? Right now. Here it is, Backseat with Nikita Afonso. I'm loving this week, my bro. So you're saying that there's something coming out in September?
That's right. I get to release my very first ballad, which is a song very close to me. And so I wanted to kind of lay some groundwork with these other singles, the past three, and set it up so that there's a bit of an audience there to catch this one. And the title's Thank Him. So, yeah.
Well, I hope you're going to pass it on to us, and we're going to do this again.
Absolutely, yeah. This is actually the first radio release of this song. I haven't released it to anybody else, but we're tracking it to country radio tomorrow. So you guys are the first ones, because we have such a great relationship, you know what I mean, and I enjoy hanging with you guys. So.
Now you've just humbled me, bro. You really have. I feel very, very humbled at that. I really do.
Worldwide
That's fantastic.
It's awesome.
It really is. How many countries?
178.
Ooh, not bad. There's 178 countries online right now, bro.
178 countries. Well, that's amazing. Hello, world.
Yes, we are in every corner of the world. We're going to the Canary Islands next, which is the first for us.
Lost Palms.
That's amazing. Congrats. Yeah.
2238.
Oh, okay. 2238. 2,238 cities are tuned in.
Wow.
My statistician, she does well for me. She knows what I'm going to ask next.
Wow.
Yes. And I'll give you the numbers when we finish, you know, how many overall were on board. but it's such a pleasure to have such a huge audience around the world. It really, really is. And we're growing in places like Kenya and Uganda. You know, these are huge places tuning into Galaxy. So, right?
Amazing. Yeah, congrats. You guys do such a great job, though. You're very personable and likable, and I love what you guys do.
Yeah, and the last time we caught up, did we make you a cartoon?
A cartoon? Did I look good in that cartoon?
I think you might.
Okay.
Makes me look good anyway. It's one of the few things that actually does make me look good. But we're going to turn you into a cartoon this time as well.
Do I get to have your beard, though?
No.
No?
No.
I look so good, though.
I don't rent it out.
Not for rent.
Not for rent. One guy says, "What do you feed it?" I says, "Female bass players." Yeah, I did. You know, Joe, I can see this track climbing up through the Galaxy Country Artist Show on a Sunday. I really, really can. Right now is just off 40, I've been told, and the production are expecting it to hit into the 20s this weekend. So I think this one's got real potential. I really do.
Thank you, man. I'm excited about that. That's great.
Absolute pleasure. It really, really is, because we think that we can, you know, sort of predict where it's going. We've been doing this long enough now to be able to have a look at it and go, you know, I think this one's going to head here. Myself and production, we sort of argue about that. And, well, in fact, we pass money between each other just to make sure that, you know, yeah, we put a bet on things like this. I can see this one heading into the high 20s, if not even down as far as 10. You know what I mean?
Top 10's good. I like it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And in fact, I've got money on that. I really do. Don't let me down, will you?
I'll try my best. Yeah.
Very, very cool. Absolutely loving it. Now, I got to be honest with you, Nikita Afonso. Barbara has been on to her, and well, if you don't see her before we do, well, if you see her before we do, warn her. Okay.
I will give it the lowdown.
Yeah, believe me. Watch out for that guy with the funny beard thing. It doesn't rent it out. Believe me. But don't go anywhere just yet, because we are going to do a couple of photo-y things. You know what we do after this.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for you. But in the meantime, folks, thank you so much for joining us. Don't go anywhere, though. We're heading to the Canary Islands just after 11 o'clock to catch up with a young man called Rock Flowers. And believe me, you're going to love his work. You really are. I think it's coming out of the Nunuchi studios and in the States, and I think Sonny King has been the engineer on this work. So keep an eye out for that right after 11 o'clock. But in the meantime, Joel, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to catching up with you in a number of weeks. Let's make it a number of weeks, not 9 months.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and thank you guys so much too. I really do appreciate your time and promoting my music over there in New Zealand, Australia, in that area. So thank you so much.
We really do, including Brandon Marshall as well. We keep playing that guy as well. If you know, if you know who he might be, I don't know, maybe. But don't go anywhere, my friend. In the meantime, let us tell you how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, and of course Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy. Thank you for joining us.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record, and Sony Music The Orchard.
How was that, Joel?